I often argue that this isn't like an isolated incident when it comes to Ukraine and Russia. We understand 2014, United States proxy war, Victoria Nuland passing out cookies on the Maidan, Jeffrey Pyatt there too as well. You had the likes of McCain, Murphy, Lindsey Graham on stage pushing to go fight the Russians. This is about the war machine. I talk about it all the time. It's just another, situation where it's money laundering, where they can just spend so much money and just pump up one of these three entities, whether it be big pharma, whether it be the military industrial complex, whether it be big energy. This real quick is Mitch McConnell kind of letting the cat out of the bag, exposing what this really is.
On another issue, looking forward to seeing President Zelensky on Thursday. I think it's always good to remind everyone that a good portion of the money allocated to Ukraine is being spent in this country to rebuild our industrial base.
What?
Yeah. He's talking about the money here from the military industrial complex that's being, spent over here. Like, in other words, it's going into the pockets of American citizens who work in defense. Oh. Scott, can you provide a little bit, put a bow on this section really quickly and just provide a little insight to the fact that a lot of people's theories that this is just about the military industrial complex, and pretty soon they're going to pick up and go somewhere else for their money laundering scheme?
Well, first I was going to have a long pause just to mimic Mitch McConnell, but I didn't want to be mean, and also we're running out of time, so I'm not going to freeze on you like Mitch freezes sometimes. But what he's talking about here is, let's take, for instance, the issue of artillery ammunition. The Ukrainians are shooting artillery ammunition at a rate greater than we can produce it. And so therefore they're running out of ammunition. They've run out of ammunition. That's why we're giving them cluster munitions, because we have a stockpile of them. We don't have conventional munitions anymore. We have to up our manufacturing base. And no defense contractor is just going to expend all the money to retool, to build a new facility, hire people, train people, just for a short-term contract. So they needed a commitment from the U.S. government that if they're going to reopen this line, the U.S. government is going to continue to purchase. So the U.S. government has gone from 24,000 rounds that they were producing. And remember, that's 24,000 a month. Ukraine is expending 7,000 to 8,000 rounds a day. Again, Simple Marine, 8, 16, 24. In 3 days, Ukraine is shooting the ammunition that we produce in a month. Now we've doubled it now. We're doing 48,000. That means in 6 days. And we're getting ready to bring it up to, I think, 120,000. We're still short of the number needed, but we're expanding. That's what Mitch McConnell's talking about. Javelin missiles. We stopped producing them because we spent 20 years killing wedding parties in Afghanistan and kicking down the doors of villagers in Iraq. We stopped planning for large-scale ground combat. And so now we've expended all of our javelins. We need more. We have to reopen the lines. Stinger missiles, the same thing. We didn't have to shoot down the Taliban Air Force because they didn't have an Air Force. We didn't have to shoot down the Iraqi insurgent Air Force because they didn't have one. Therefore, we didn't need Stingers. We've now given them all to the Ukrainians. We don't have them. We have to restart the Stinger production line. America's defense industry is being restarted, jump-started. And again, this war in Ukraine has provided the mechanism that allows that to happen.
It's a scam. It's a hustle. It's a money laundering scheme. The military industrial complex, the war machine, is just running loose and crazy. Scott Ritter, thank you so much. Let everybody know where they can find you, anything you got coming out that we should be paying attention to. And I really do appreciate you coming here and shining a light on this situation.
Well, I thank you very much. Look, ScottRitterExtra.com is a one-stop shop. You go there. I have a Substack you can subscribe to if you want. It doesn't cost you a dime. You can do a paid subscription if you'd like. My wife appreciates it. I get to feed her if you do that. We have a podcast you can watch. For instance, you're going to send me a link to the show. I'm going to put that show on the ScottRitterExtra.com. Every show that I do goes on ScottRitterExtra.com. No paywall. Go there, watch it. And I just have a bunch of articles coming out, so keep an eye on them.
It's not going to cost you a dime, ladies and gentlemen, but it is going to cost the American taxpayer, looks like another $25 billion as Zelensky's out here with his tin cup asking for money. Hey,
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Tampa, Boca Raton, Orlando, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, and Levittown, New York. Wow, that's a lot of dates. See you there.